Show my like a
big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Type of money you gon' need a sight. The type of money you gon' need a buy. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Big bank, tight, low bank, bank.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I said, babe, it's, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked in.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. McKinnon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This is Breida looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Golden. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Craig Robertson in on the stop.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now Newton on 1st down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead able to get him for a loss of about 3. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is going to be 49er football.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 33 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Newton to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're running right through it. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Newton now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Newton now to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And we've mentioned before, Cam, the all-time leader in rushing TDs by a quarterback, so everyone he gets from here on out for the rest of his career just adding to that lead. So what you're saying is that if you're a young kid who wants to play quarterback in the NFL, and that's the record you're shooting for, good luck. You got some work to do, aren't you? By the time he's done, he might have double a second-place guy. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown. And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 35. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They run with Breida. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield. And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right? Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry. And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out. Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Newton. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And that'll be incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here we go. By 20.
Now it's Breida. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Gold to add the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later. into the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Newton on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Newton now on second down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now a first down throw for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, it's Newton. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there, and I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you heard about my hands, huh?
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Newton throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
To throw on third down. Newton forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun. Newton buying time to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got four down. 48 Mike, 48 Mike. Will! I get it!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still second down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Following the penalty, here's another second and goal from the 5 now. From the gun, Newton, flush to his right, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Throwing on first down. Newton. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Eric Armstead in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From the 50, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
There he goes inside the 30. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he gets this one down to the 24. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Tackle made by Ole Miss's Marquise Haynes. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And
able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And an alley to run. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Eric Armstead able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Newton. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fielded at the 33. "12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now McKinnon. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire time.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run with McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 88. Check 88.
To throw again, Newton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Newton throwing again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4 down. Now get it. Now get it.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that move. Back 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Eric Armstead. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They fake the give. Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? Here's McKinnon. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taking it about the 36. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Newton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a week. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best...
I like when birds come in. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo tag. I go back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam in the flats. I got it in the back. They talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 100K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. I can stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jet, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out. Yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out. Yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happen when you give it a fake life and then the ape in. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive, and they'll be led out by their quarterback.